So what's the point of this channel? Well, originally there was no point. I've got a Vimeo channel for quite a while now. I've been putting just footage up on there from rides and hit bin Vimeo. Nice quality, but you get bugger all views. So I thought I'll put a couple on a YouTube channel I had doing nothing, and then took my camera out, started filming again. So went off to Wales, went to Eastridge, Mac Forest, and then thought, you know what, I'll start doing a bit more. So I decided, rightly or wrongly, to start filming just vlogs. Around the time the social distancing rules came in, and then lockdown. Not really the ideal time to be starting a channel, one could say. One thing that boils my piss is when you see on forums and things like that, Facebook groups, etc., people slagging off bikes from a few years ago where their angles are a bit steeper, frames are shorter, and just saying, no, modern bikes allow me to go so much faster. And yeah, of course they do, they've got slacker head angles and everything else. And I am not decrying that modern bikes are a damn sight more capable. All bikes weren't shit. It's not as if we were having a terrible time and making the best of trying to get around stuff without falling off all the time. It also makes me wonder if these people had bikes a few years ago. When you see some of them riding now, you think, how fucking slow were they back then? So before I got the orange Alpine, I had an older Alpine. It was one of the strange Alpine 5s, and it was a 2007-2008 frame, and I was riding it until last year. The only reason I stopped riding it was because the forks were knackered. You can't really get new straight steer forks anymore. Nobody has serviced the rear shock. 26-inch wheels. Tyre supplies were getting a bit scarce, and I thought, trying to cut the losses. So I upgraded. Now, there is no doubt in anybody's mind that my new Alpine is a more capable bike than my old one. But do I have any more fun in it? Absolutely not. You do notice a certain level of unspoken snobbery about older bikes. I've noticed it quite a lot when I was on my old 5 and the mates were there on, well, actually they're mainly orange 5s, but you'd be sat, you know, halfway up a mountain or something, and you get a group coming along on modern bikes, and they're all dressed up in their Harlequin clothes and everything else, and just, you could tell the way they looked at the bikes, and a bunch of scruffy middle-aged men just out enjoying themselves, and it'd be like you could see the sneers on their faces. Happy to report that almost every time flew past them, left them for dust, because having modern bike, Harlequin clothes, everything else does not translate to being a good rider. You used to notice the same thing when we used to race downhill. You'd sometimes turn up at a race and you'd be a bit nervous, obviously, and you see people and they'd have like ridiculously expensive bikes just kitted out, looking at absolute nuts, and they'd have every bit of Troy Lee kit, nicest body armour, everything, and you'd be thinking, oh Christ, I'm out of my depth here. And you look at the results at the end, and those people with the ridiculously expensive bikes and all the kit will be right down at the bottom of the field with shite times. Sometimes you see them fucking carrying them expensive bikes down a downhill track in a race. Just goes to show it is definitely not all about the kit. Probably not much at all about the kit. It's about the rider. More than anything, it's about the enjoyment. Just going to get a photo here, as I always do. I like to call this series Dog Shit Bin Through the Seasons, because every couple of months on my commute I take a photo of this place, and just to show how the leaves are coming on, how muddy it is and everything else. And who doesn't like a dog shit bin? Well, all the people who don't put the dog shits in them, I suppose. So I do reckon that mountain biking is now a more accepted sport, maybe a bit more mainstream than it used to be. I mean, at one time we were really seen as outsiders, both by roadies, definitely like your average monk who likes to sit in front of the telly watching football and pretend they're experts at it. But with that acceptance, I reckon there's more people buying into it because of the whole image. I mean, you do see quite a lot of people out on very expensive bikes with every bit of bloody kit you can possibly think of nowadays, and fair play to them, but I do reckon some of them bought it just for that image, because they don't really look like they're enjoying it. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have gone out and spent a fortune and bought into the image, but maybe they should have bought a bit of a cheaper bike, had a bit of fun, dicked about in the woods and stuff like that first to see whether they liked it. So once this situation sorts itself out, I've heard that Catholic schools are going to buy these banners and use them for sex education. So yeah, a lot of these videos are just a bloke riding around Chester talking bollocks. And when people look back in the future, if they ever do look back at these videos, they'll think, what the hell's going on? Is he trying to promote the riding around there because it looks shit? But no, I'm not, obviously. Would I recommend anybody travelling from anywhere, even just outside Chester, to come and ride around here? Good God, no. So I guess at the end of it all, the point of this channel really is just to allow an opinionated old fool who just loves riding bicycles a chance to harp on for bloody ages about stuff that he finds amusing, frustrating, etc. And I like it to sort of be along similar vein to when we used to do Stop and Doodle-Doo fanzine years ago. It's proven to be about as popular, i.e. 30 subscribers. Although we used to get a lot more negative comments back with the fanzine. So unfortunately not adding any of them yet, but I'm looking forward to them. Oh, your riding's rubbish. My friend Crispin can do a flip whip in an elevator. Bring it on, Zippy. I look forward to responding.